A plan to keep children away from poisons may be attracting the youngsters instead. Consumer reporter Randy Ripplinger has the details on that, and a story on a federal government computer faux pas. Nah, not the government, Randy.
You can't imagine that.
Nah.
Well, I suppose that you may know about Uncle Sam's new computer. I'll tell you about it in a minute. But first of all, you got to get some bugs out of that system. There are, first, a bit of food for thought about some poison warnings for you and your children. There are, of course, dozens of consumer products in your home that may poison children. For the last few years, the hazardous chemicals cupboard in your house has seen a lot of Mr. Yuck. He's the little fellow on the green sticker that you may use to teach your children what they must not touch or play with. What does that green sticker mean? What does that green guy mean?
He means Jackie. This guy will make you go away.
Poison control centers across the country have promoted Mr. Yuck. His familiar face is usually surrounded with the telephone number of the local poison control center. Parents are supposed to teach their children that the sight of the green sticker means stay away. Statistics and studies show that it works most of the time. But now, a new test from the University of Virginia School of Medicine in Charlottesville says Mr. Yuck could backfire, enticing some youngsters to play with poisons. In that study, 20 children aged 12 months to 30 months were tested with poison containers. After they were told how bad the containers with the stickers are, they played with them more, apparently attracted by the bright green label. The Oregon Poison Control Center says very young children indeed might be attracted, but that depends on how well they learn the meaning of no.
Perhaps extending the quantity that they tested and also looking at them for a couple more years, seeing how the 12-month-old then reacts at 24 months, then reacts at 36. See if they retain any of that information. At 12, he may be real inquisitive, or 12 months, and want to pick that up. But by the time he's 24, he may know, Mr. Yuck means no, and I'm not to come near him.
What would happen if you ate some of that?
I would die.
The Mr. Yuck sticker is at least a tool that oldsters may use to teach their youngsters. The main idea is to teach them some way, something, to reduce the chance of a tragic accident. And here is a phone number for the Oregon Poison Control Center should you face one of those accidents. It is 225-8968 in Portland, and statewide toll-free number is 1-800-452-7165, statewide toll-free. Now, I'm about to give you another phone number that you may use to help solve some of your banking problems, if you can hear. And although the number is intended for the deaf, they won't hear you yet. It is the FDIC Consumer Hotline. It's a toll-free number, 1-800-424-5488. Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation says you can use it to get solutions to any complaints you may have with your bank. You may talk to them over the phone, or if you have a telecommunication device for the deaf or a home computer, you are supposed to be able to converse over the keyboard as well. But when we tried it this afternoon, here's what happened.
FDIC? Hello?
It is obviously hard for computers to understand what people are saying and vice versa. So we called the FDIC human style to ask what the problem was. Well, they say they use the same phone line for the people questions as well as the computer questions. If they hear the computer noises, they say, then they hook up to a computer. But the trouble is, somebody forgot to tell the FDIC that most home computers, like ours, won't talk until it is first spoken to by another computer. But despite the FDIC notions that home computers could understand their computer, they don't. They use what is called a Baudot teletype machine, often used by the deaf. Those will work, but until they get the bugs out, home computers are out. And the FDIC will be glad to help out with consumers' banking problems. However, they did want me to mention to you that don't call them up for advice on what investment to take here or which bank has the lowest rates and so forth. They're not prepared to do that sort of thing.
Yeah, I want them to balance my checkbook is all I want.
Well, I know if they'll go that far.
Just a little help.
Thanks, Randy.
We're going to get a little help here from Marlene McClinton. She's going to tell us about 6:30 News.
Well,
you're not Marlene.
She would, Richard, but she's back there somewhere doing something. And by the way, Tracy, I'll balance your checkbook, but I need a calculator. I can't count that high, I don't think. And coming up at 6:30 tonight, there's a